Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Big Bear, California with the trainer of Sergey Kovalev, Mr. John David Jackson. You know, looking at this fight, a lot of people would say it's one that it's extremely difficult for your man, and others would say, you know, it's easy. He's the younger guy. Either or, it's a big challenge. Bernard frustrates a lot of people and makes a lot of people he's in there with look really bad. How do you avoid that coming in, giving your background and your history with Bernard as well, and using that to help out your guy?
You make him work. You make the old man use those old legs and make that heartbeat. You make Bernard work harder than he wants to work. He's good at what he does, like you said. You know, he frustrates people. He makes for a boring fight, a long, drawn-out fight, but he finds a way to win because he breaks the guys down at the 4 or 5 rounds, and they begin to fight his fight. Sergey can't do that. Sergey's tremendous punching power, and I think Bernard thinks he's going to draw him in past round 6 and make it the kind of fight he wants to turn it into. Listen, for the first 6 rounds, you don't see his head. You see his shoulders, his forearms, his body. Beat that old body. Beat the old body down.
I was thinking that. Can a man 49 years old handle that body work and the power?
The body's not made to take the kind of punishment, really, in life. Beat it down. Bernard's corporate now. When I mean by that, he doesn't have to fight the system any longer. He's the golden boy. You know, things come his way. Is he willing now to really take that kind of punishment for 12 rounds, if it goes that long? You know, he hasn't, like I said, had a hard fight in a long time. The last 2 guys that beat him were athletic, Joe Calzaghe and Chad Dawson. That's the blueprint. But this kid brings one thing they didn't bring to the table: punching power. Beat that body down. Beat that. Make it miss. If he runs, you can't win a fight running. Now he can BS his way through it. But this kid wants to fight. He's going to fight you. All that stuff you taught before the fight, he can't understand what you're saying in the first place. So it doesn't matter to him. He respects you because of who you are, and you've been around a long time. But he doesn't fear you. And he cares less about you once you're inside that ring with him. So it makes for an interesting fight. You know, can Bernard do things to offset what the kids bring to the fight and make Sergey get frustrated, like you said? But I've had sparring partners in the past run around the ring. They don't frustrate him. He just, you know, says, okay. I said, cut the ring off. He says, okay. And he gets him. About the 4th or 5th round, we're changing sparring partners for him. So, you know, and think about this. Bernard can't dance for 12 rounds. He can walk. But in order to get away from this guy, you got to dance. He got to be quick. Bernard's going to walk you. If you've watched Bernard's fights, his legs are shaky when he tries to dance. Can't dance for a long period of time. See, people don't really see that. The general public, and I don't blame them. And you got guys that praise him so much, but they don't see his shortcomings. You know, being one of his trainers in his camp, I see him get clipped and get hurt. So it's not like he can get hit and be hurt. And when this kid hits you with 10-ounce gloves, not 16-ounce or 18-ounce gloves on, there's a big difference. At this stage of his career, is he willing to really go through all that punishment for 12 rounds? And he has pride, don't get me wrong, but, you know, to try to win this fight.
Let me ask you this then. If it goes the way you want it to go with body work, I know a lot of people are saying that a knockout could happen, could not happen. The last time anybody's come even remotely close to that has been a long time with Bernard. I don't even think they can, but is it possible for Sergey to stop him with a body shot?
Oh, yes. Well, listen, he says he's an alien and all that stuff, and that's all BS. You know, that's all just good PR work on his part. He's almost 50. Can a man that age really take that kind of punishment? Your body's not meant to take that. Can he really withstand all that for 12 rounds?
Do you think he'll stop him that way?
Well, I think that, you know, the body works a good way to start, but if he clips him, you know, I'm asking myself, are you really willing to take that kind of, once you get hit, everybody that's fought Sergey, they always had a plan what they're going to do to him. Once he clips him, all that goes out the window. Now you're in survival mode. So is Bernard going to either survive or he's going to say, you know what, I got to stand and fight. If you stand and fight, now you put yourself in real jeopardy. But if you try to survive, you may be able to get him. So, you know, like I said, you haven't seen Bernard knock anyone out in years also. Once again, like with De La Hoya.
Maybe? Yeah.
But he has power. You got to respect his power. You know, when he fought Shumanov, I told one of my friends, I said, you know, Bernard would ever just sit down, he could knock these guys down and knock them out. Guess what? He sat down for 1 second and clipped Shumanov and dropped him. So it lets you know there's still power there. But is he willing to stand still long enough to fire that power? Because what might come back in retaliation? That's what the action of. Is he willing to do that? I don't think he is. I think he wants to fight a smart, calculated fight and try to win. Boring, but winnable for him.
Looking at this fight strategy-wise and just you being a trainer and preparing Sergey for such a big challenge, is this something, as you see, it's the biggest challenge you've had as a trainer preparing your fighter for someone like Bernard?
I won't say the biggest, but it's definitely interesting because here's a kid that was my chief sparring partner. I fought him, I trained him, and now we're here.
Which is another interesting thing a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, so that makes it interesting in that way. I think Sergey's bigger challenges down the road, but this one's definitely interesting. But the danger of being knocked out. I'm not saying, listen, Bernard can close his eyes, throw a nice shot, and catch him. Who knows what happens? Sergey takes a great shot, but you don't really see Bernard knocking this kid out. Can it happen? Well, hey, anything's possible. I just think if Bernard, to win, he has to be real boring, real dull, and win the way he wins most of his fights. Calculated with little risk. He needs to take big risk in this fight because he has to get this kid's respect right away. Can he do that? Because this kid's fought in his whole life in the streets back just to survive back home in Russia. And the stories he's told me is they're unbelievable. So, I think he has no fear of Bernard. He has respect. Because we talk about, he said, John, I respect him. He said, but that's it. He said, when fight night comes, I'm trying to hurt him.
What has he told you about the streets in Russia?
I mean, just man, he's fight for survival. I mean, he said there's no food in his house. He had to go on the streets and fight, kind of, do a couple of things he didn't want to do as a kid, just to survive. So, and that's everyday life, So I figure if you can survive all that and come here and you get paid to knock somebody for a living, hey, he loves that.
John, big challenge, November 8th goes down. You're going to be in the corner. Thank you very much. Certainly appreciate it. John David Jackson, Marcos Villegas, here in Big Bear, California, wrapping things up.